Libra, good morning. How are you? I'm really not very well, Libra. I have seriously got bad constipation on this diet, so I'm really considering probably not doing it because I think I'm probably nearly hospitalised. It is so painful. Anyway, how you doing, Libra? So this is your reading. Let's sort this camera out because it's a little bit squiff. There you go. You all right? So please make sure that you do me 3 favours. One is to watch the whole thing in its entirety if you can, because it really helps out the algorithm. To make sure that you also smash that like button because it's kind of helping the channel. Definitely if you can give it a like and a comment, okay? The 3 things. So you really could be dealing with a thing or a Stephen, okay, or a 3, which means a Pisces. So let's see, Libra. What have they got coming up this week, please, for Libra? Libra, what has Libra got coming up? So, again, Jen, Julian, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack, you're either married, getting married, or getting divorced. It's one or the other, or you're in a very strong commitment with someone already. The name Eddie, Edwina, Edmonds, Barry, Holly, and Judy. Now, if you're not married and you're interested in someone, they could either, 1, be married themselves, or 2, they could actually... well, I'm hearing that they're already married. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you are interested in someone, and this would obviously be a third-party situation if you're interested in someone that's married. And if you're kind of like, no, Steve, I'm a Libra, I am married, great, Kushti. Or I am a Libra and I'm getting divorced. You could be a Life Path 5, a Sagittarius or a Taurus person, this person or yourself. If there is no marriage, there's just a strong commitment that's already there, okay? Michael Jackson, I'll be there. So Michael Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. Anyway, let's see Libra. What's Libra got coming up, please, this week for Libra? Libra. So you got 2 of Cups, there you go. So like I said, you could have a 2 of Cups with a person that is already married or committed. Now, if you're not and you're kind of like, no, I don't. Okay, and you're like, Steve, no, I don't. Okay, then what this definitely is Jen, Jennifer, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. But this is divorced from a 6 of Cups. Used to be 6, could be a Gemini or a Capricorn person, but in their chart somewhere, or the name Charlotte. Okay, but we got divorced. We are now 2 of Cups. The only thing that binds us together is a mortgage, house and home, or children. Okay, same story that you've had forever and a day. Colin, Collier, Rachel, Border Collier. Someone could have a dog. Okay, boredom, I'm hearing bored. I'm bored. Let's see, Libra, what's coming up for Libra this week, please, for Libra? So you got a Fool. So, just so the green screen doesn't cut it out, what you've got is the Hierophant and the 2 of Cups. So, like I said, it's either a divorce from someone and it was a 6, okay, or you're interested in someone, you've got a 2 of Cups, but the person's already taken, okay. Some of you are very hopeful for a new beginning with this person if you was to reach out and say something. It could be a very long distance 2 of Cups that you've got with someone, which means they don't live on the same planet, or they don't live in the same part of the hemisphere, okay, which means would be across the world, Star Trekking. So it might be an Aquarian or a Leo that could be involved here somewhere. Now, if you are together with someone and you're not like divorced or anything like that, you just don't live together, okay? You just don't actually live together. So you've got a commitment, but you have to travel to see your partner, okay? 6 of Cups would mean we live together, we more than likely have a house and a home, blah, 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 okay? So like I said, if things are going really well in a relationship, it's just the fact that you have to travel to see your partner, okay? If you're in a 2 of Cups with someone and you've just kind of met them, blah, 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 they're your 2 of Cups, but they don't live, well, they don't live in your house, put it that way, okay? And then the other story is if you are already married or something like that, okay, or in the procedures of getting divorced, you're just hopeful that this new 2 of Cups person that you could have just met is going to blossom into something. I'm also actually in the name Faith and also Blossom. I actually know a Blossom, and he's a Taurus, okay. He's a Taurus and he's actually with a Taurus. They're both Tauruses. Let's see. And their stepfather is a Taurus and their mother is a Sagittarius. Right, so this could be mother and stepfather and all that sort of stuff here as well. Okay. Let's see. Oh, really? So I can see the Six of Cups coming out. So there really could be this bind that you've kind of got yourselves into, where you're probably committed into a metaphysical, which means there's probably no action. It's just that I have a feeling, very strong spiritual feeling for a person that has that for someone else. Okay, don't forget, one of the parts of the teaching tier that were over on Patreon at one point was where I was explaining to you about contracts of third energies. When you manifest a contract, if they're already in a contract, they bring the person with them. Okay, so you stay remaining in the third energy, because what comes towards you is the person that you want. But if they're attached to something, they bring them with them, like children, mortgage, rent, home, house. Third energy that will not separate or divorce, so they come with them. Okay, until the energy is that we are divorced, and so on and so forth. Okay. So the energy comes with you, not the not the person, the energy. Okay, if that energy is that someone's still attached to someone, then what you need to learn during that time is detachment. Is to not attach yourself and keep attaching yourself to the possibility of it working. You have to make believe. Well, you have to believe in yourself that it isn't going to. And when you come to those facts, then you're kind of like, I'm kind of coming around to the idea that this is never going to work, right here. Because the more you tell yourself that it's going to, the more that you'll keep wanting to. Okay. So Libra. So you got the King of Swords here. So this is husband. Okay. If you're married, if you're getting divorced, this would be your husband that you're getting divorced from. Gemini, Libra, Aquarian. Okay. There's a lot of business here. Like there's probably a lot of money involved with a divorce and settlement of. Okay. Because these are definitely like money-based businesses, okay, and like people that have done very well for them, for themselves in their life, and they're getting separated. Okay, let's see, Libra, what's coming up for Libra, please, this week for Libra? The Moon. So when I see the Moon. Okay, I also, sorry if my head is like disappeared. If when I see the moon, most of the time, everybody will say that they're hiding their feelings or emotions. But if you're not expressing yours to them, then, or them, Emily Melissa, Maria, Michael Jackson, if you're not actually, Pucci, because you're obviously in here, like if you're not expressing your feelings and emotions to a person, then you've got to be the one that expresses your feelings and emotions to them. If you've pretty much had enough of doing all of that, and you're kind of like, well, there's no point in me expressing my emotion, because a lot of people watch tarot expecting that other people are going to reach out when they don't, and then you're kind of like, oh, am I supposed to do that then? Yeah, if you want someone, yeah. Okay, now this always means mother to me. So, like I said, this person here, there is children, I would say, definitely involved. There is like a new Two of Cups, an old person that used to be married to blah, 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 divorced, separated. I'm a Libra mother, okay? Could be Virgo in one's chart here. Obviously, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but it's a 9, so Virgo energy, okay? Still in certain energies of like purgatory. So let's see, Libra, what's coming up for Libra this week? So you got 7 of Swords. So you got like Cancerian, possible life path 7 energy of people here. There's like I said, now stay put. Okay, stay puff, man. Okay, marshmallows. Something's with marshmallows. Are you cooking marshmallows or s'mores? S'mores and marshmallows. What is that? Well, I know what it is, but I'm hearing s'mores or marshmallow. Okay, unless you're eating sweets and stuff. A lot of the time when I say this, people are kind of like, and they drop drink, they're like, oh my God, Steve. I was just in the middle of eating like marshmallows or something like that, or melting something. Okay, I'm hearing witch, something to do with like, I'm melting. Melting something, Melton Mowbray. Is it a place? Fish, Pisces, Melton Mowbray. Like any, like M, picking up M's. Okay. Melton Mowbray. Is there an energy here of like moving? Because I'm hearing like places, like names of places that I would kind of know of. Melton Mowbray, the name Melton, Melanie also. Like moving. Anyway, so you got Love Path 7, Cancerian. There's this energy of the couple that are actually together. One of them possibly lives with a parent here. So this could be your children, okay, that are going to and from, back, forward, exes, all of that sort of stuff. Recently divorced. Reese, Rihanna, Ricky, Rachel, Rashad, Evans, Barry, Tina, also Steve, I'm hearing. Fairing, Rachel. There's a child here or someone that keeps going back to their mum. Like to their mum. Because I'm not picking it up, I'm picking it up as a child. Because if this is a mum, this would either be a person or a child. Okay. That keeps, like, you know, going backwards and forwards between mother and father and mother and father and mother and father. Dropping them off. This would be, you know, when the ex-husband comes back, bangs on your door and then drops them off back to the mum. Okay, here. This is pretty much what I'm kind of picking up. Okay. So I'm pretty much what I'm doing when I'm reading on here. I'm reading kind of like the scenario of life that kind of keeps this going. The turn up is obviously patron. Okay, what happens, the clarifying of cards. I'm just kind of like telling you of a story that's, if it's really relating to you, then it's the continuation of what goes on. Let's see, Libra. So you got Harry Potter's dick here, if you want a dick from someone. Then you've got an Ace of Pentacles that comes in around work and finances. This is also picking up a few extra hours. Some of you are on like I don't know, because this is also, like I said, it's normally to me something that's very phallic. So it's like flirting, teasing, feeling horny, you know, feeling like, you know, I really want some kind of action, so on and so forth. But it can be someone that comes in, gets that, and then goes. You see, it can be someone that comes in, has sex, leaves, comes back, has sex, leaves. Okay, or the name Lee, Lisa, Linda, Liam Nilsson, or Nelson, Mandy Nelson. You're all right, Mandy Nelson. Come on down. There's opportunities here for you guys to pick up some extra hours at work. If you're looking for extra hours of work, there's if not you, your partner, but someone here is looking for trying to pick up some extra hours of work. Okay, Ace of Wands definitely is someone that's feeling like that they really fancy someone, like they're just kind of like being turned on by someone. Okay, could be by their appearance or something like that, but this is definitely that someone that, you know, is looking back at what they missed here, or what they do miss, is someone's dick here. Let's see, Libra. What's Libra got coming up this week, please, for Libra? So you got the 10 of Swords, Libra. And you got the 5 of Swords. Why does it always come back to the sense that makes none? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Sorry, man, I am so getting right on my nerves with this camera not being... you got a 6. Something going on between a Gemini and a Capricorn energy here. Possible. That there's just constant arguments. It's like, it could be within parents, families, ex-husband, keep coming back and out, like getting really wound up, fed up, frustrated. Like I said, this is work. If you could see the cards, I always read directionally. But below the King of Swords is the 5 of Swords. And this is where work is really getting on my nerves. Like, I'm getting really frustrated at work. And that, you know, I mean, I don't know about you guys in America, but we've just had another doubled increase in how much electricity is. It's doubled in price now. And also the water now is doubling in price as well. Mortgage is now kind of getting to that point where that's also being raised as well. And the majority of the money that people get for their hours is not increasing much. It is a little bit, but not much. And people can't afford to live. They just cannot afford to live. They're all frustrated. There's a lot of people in Britain at the moment that have, like, there's a couple, okay, and they've got like a kid or children, and they're having to go without food because they can't afford it. By the time they've fed their children, paid off their mortgage and electricity, there's not enough money for the mother and father to actually eat. So they're all losing weight, and everyone's saying to them, what are you losing weight for? And they're kind of like, what are you doing in order losing weight? It's because they can't afford to eat. Okay, it is absolutely barbaric. Like in Britain at the moment, it is completely and utterly gone to shit, and it's going to be like that for a good few years. So nobody's having electricity on, kind of, no one's got like heating and stuff. The majority of people, they're like, right, turn the heating off, everything. So like I said, it's people that might be having to do extra hours, pick up some extra hours at work, and they're getting really frustrated and not wanting to have to do that. But it's kind of like this, I'm going to have to do it. Like if I want more, I'm going to have to do it to try and keep up with everything. Okay, so it could be you, your partner. There could be arguments over money itself here. Definitely arguments within a family about money. Even in a relationship, there's arguments about money I can feel coming up. Because it's about you're working too much, or or by the time I get home from work, I'm really fucking annoyed when I, come home from work. It's really getting on my nerves, and I come home from work and I'm flustered, had enough, my back's aching, and I'm really pissed off, I've had enough. And the first person in the firing line is the person that lives here. Right? Is the person that lives here, and they're like, okay, by the time I get home, I'm just going to go, oh my God, I'm so exhausted, and I'm so had enough and everything else. And I'm getting really pissed off, and now I'm going to have a go at someone. Okay, so it's life, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm getting really fed up, really frustrated. My anger is picking up. When I get home, I'm going to have a go at someone. That's either going to be a father or mother towards a child. To be honest with you, I don't never really get children having a go at their parents, but it could be. But it's definitely a response. It's taking a response. Because I'm also hearing you need to start being more responsible. Okay, you need to be more responsible for your own actions, Jackson. Okay, so action, Jackson, Jackie, Julian, you need to be more accountable for your own actions. There's someone here that may be not paying their way, or Wayman, Caroline, also, Cassie, Cassano, Cara, or Tara, Tanya, Tyler, but like, you're not carrying your own weight, like your own responsibility. Because what I'm picking up here is that some don't have the responsibility and some do have the responsibility of like sometimes when you're born into wealth, right? If you're very wealthy and you're born into wealth, sometimes like if you're in relationships or anything like that and one like is fairly wealthy and fairly well off and the other one isn't, and you're just in a relationship, sometimes people live in the energy of blaming the person that doesn't have to work as hard as the other ones. Okay, so say for instance, like, I don't know, just take someone out of the crowd, say myself, right? Say if I was extremely rich and I only had to really do a little bit of work, blah blah blah, but I had good savings, good account, blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff, had good money. But then you get someone that has to work harder for what they earn, but they don't earn nowhere near as much. This is when they get resentful. Oh, well, you don't have to pay like I do. Okay, my electricity bill and my blah, blah, blah is more expensive than yours, and you just sit back doing nothing. So I'm home and I'm fucking annoyed and I'm frustrated. And you can kind of get into these tit-for-tat arguments with people over money and stuff of like, who's working harder than the other one. But, in order to ever really debunk that, Libra, I normally say, well, could you be a psychic medium and actually sit at a table and do this job? Oh, God, no, I'm someone that works in, I don't know. So, well, exactly, So it's kind of like, if you had a higher degree and you was really good at computers, okay, like dragon person, but you was good at computers, okay, and the other person isn't very good at a computer, you would have no idea what you're doing around computers, right? So you won't be able to earn money doing that. So some people are good at things, some people are not so good at things. But like there's this argument, I believe, over finances and money and possibly who's working harder than other people. And if you definitely work in like shops or buildings and stuff like that, then it's kind of like people maybe not pulling their weight. I'm definitely seeing where hours are being like restricted from some people, and that there is also a, what do you call it, a router change, like a change in the rotor. okay? Because this can mean where, like, I'm so used to a certain, like, I'm, you know, really used to my job and blah, 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 and say suddenly I've got a new job and then this is like the new job, or this is what's been happening at work, but then suddenly the manager of the building starts saying, right, we're going to be cutting back on hours, or we're going to be giving you more hours, and the rota's going to change, and now you had Monday or Tuesday off, now you're going to have to work on Saturday and Sunday, and all of those things. And to me, these cards can definitely represent where the rota is changing, and my days are now, I don't have so many days free as I used to, because I'm having to maybe pick up extra hours and work on the weekends when I never used to have to, or I used to work on the weekends, but now I don't, and I've got time off. So it's kind of like that general energy of hours being changed, okay, changing environments, okay, like this. Some people don't like change here. I got a feeling there could be, I used to work for a Libra, and I'm seeing that here. Used to be taxi driving for children of disabilities, like disabled children, taking them to school. They all had like cerebral palsy, blah, 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 in wheelchairs, you know, couldn't speak, you know, needed, you know, all these tubes and stuff. We used to take them to school, and if there was a change in the rota, and the driver had to change and the PA had to change as well, the children didn't like the change because they were so used to the people that they were driving for. Because they were mentally handicapped, they could not stand the change that had to happen with the job, okay? So it could be something like that, like I can't get used to the change. Like I'm finding it very difficult to get used to the job change, the hours of the job, you know, that kind of thing is here. Or the job description, it could be, because I'm definitely picking up like my job description has changed. Okay. Okay, now I'm also hearing cancel my subscription to the Resurrection. My subscription is changed. Like it might be something around pharmaceutical drugs, or someone that works in a pharmacy, or works for like chemist, pharmacy, pharmaceutical, drugs, doctors, sort of like client-y kind of energy message. And my prescription is about to change. So say if you've been so used to taking something, it's about to change when you change your prescription. Okay. So like, say for instance, you're depressed, okay, and you decide to go on antidepressants, something like that, okay. I'm picking up something to do with the gut as well here. This could be me. I do have 2 placements of Libra and Vedic. Because I'm looking at potassium, B1, I've been told to take. It's the stomach, but I don't know if any of you got advice out there, but I've been so ill. Like I couldn't work yesterday. I've been so ill. Like my stomach is in knots. It's cramping up like major. And I go to the toilet and it's like, it's constipation, but it isn't. It's kind of, it's constipation and I can't go when I really want to go. My stomach is like doubled in knots, and I know the fact that it's because I'm just eating meat and fat, and that the stomach is changing, and I know that it goes over because you go for like the keto flu or whatever it is, and you go for a change. But I can't get used to it, and I'm thinking about stopping it, even though I think I'm looking a lot better. I feel terrible, and I can't work out what it is. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it at that. That's your general messages here. So now what I do is I change up my style of reading pretty much. I'm kind of giving you a basis of a story so far, okay? And then if you're kind of like, holy shit, that really relates to me, I want to see what happens next, then this is where I go over to Patreon. So it'll be on the silver or gold tier over on Patreon. I'm going to try and change the camera view if I can, but I'm getting really fed up with this camera because it's leaning against the wall at the moment. And it's not a camera, it's an iPad. But I'll do my best I'll do one or the other. But if you want to go over, the link will be provided below. It's Patreon, it's either the silver or gold tier. Please make sure you smash that like button, Libra. Okay, leave a comment in if you can. And for future reference, just keep that up if you can. And also make sure that you remain consistent when watching. try and watch it as far through the video as you can before clicking off, because the algorithm does that when you click off the video before it finishes, and then it goes beneath a grey line to say people are losing interest in what you're talking about, Steve, so they're not going to promote my stuff. So try and remain consistent, keep liking it and commenting. Thank you so much, Libra. All links are provided below, and I'll see you soon.